Hi everyone, it's Ardith, and today I'm using the new Gillian Vance design Dancing Daisies cover plate again, but this time I'm getting a completely different look. Last week I made some very graphic and bold cards. This week I'm going for a more fresh and classic look. I'm changing the color scheme as well as my techniques. Today I'm going to color the daisies, but I want the frame to stay white, so I'm using some post-it masking tape to mask the outside of the cover plate. Did you know that Gillian carries Catherine Pooler inks in her store? Catherine Pooler just released this new color of ink, Coral Cabana, and I'm using it to quickly color the daisies. I'm leaving the centers of the daisies white so that I can fill them in with another color later. I'm using sponge daubers because I feel like I have a lot of control when I use them on these small areas. For the flower centers, I use Limoncello, which is a bright yellow ink, and I blend it up into the petals to create some blending. I'm actually going to cover the centers with die cut centers that come with the cover plate, so my main goal here is to create that blend on the petals. To add even more depth, I chose the R14 Copic marker as a close match to the coral ink, and I flicked some ink up into each of the petals. I removed the masking tape and you can see that the frame around the daisies is still fresh and white. Oops! Don't forget the floating daisy. I used the same method to color this one. Next, I used the leaves from the Pansy Die Set to create some stencils out of full-back post-it notes. I'm creating a lush green background of leaves using Lime Rickey and Garden Party inks. I blend some of the darker ink and then add the lighter so that there's lots of variety and interest in the background. To fill in the white areas, I used a larger ink blender to blend Melon ice all over the panel and then some more Lime Rickey around the edges. I think the coral daisies look beautiful against this vivid green background. Next, I'm using one of the sentiment strips to add a bit more white to my card and also to create clear space so that the sentiment is easy to read. I chose a large sentiment from the Happy Birthday stamp set and I stamped it with my blackjack ink. My blackjack is a bit dry and needs to be re-inked, so I had to stamp it twice. Now it's time to cut and color the daisy centers. I used the same tape as last week's video to run all the centers through my die cutting machine at the same time. I blended limoncello ink over the centers and then some Tiki torch just around the very edges to give the look of some dimension. And here's the card. To make sure that the white frame really pops, I'm putting the panel onto a dark gray card base that matches the blackjack ink. I've popped up the sentiment and added some stickles for sparkle. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.